A new episode of Helluva Boss has dropped this week, and you guys know the deal by now. We're gonna break it all down. I'm Deepcut, welcome to Cartoon Universe, don't forget to subscribe, and here is everything you might have missed in episode 3 of Helluva Boss. The story starts with Blitz's parking spot being stolen by a mysterious stranger, who is revealed to be someone from Blitz's past, and through his interaction with her, we get a lot more information on the entire series. This is Veraska, a pop sensation in Hell who apparently used to date Blitz. Veraska goes on to explain that she is doing work with another business in the same building as Blitz's, and we eventually learn that they are traveling to the human world in order to sleep with humans. It is not explicitly stated what the purpose of this is, but it is implied that it is to spread STDs, though it may simply be to encourage the sin of lust by giving a willing participant, which would imply that you could go to hell simply for sleeping around even when single in the Hazbin verse. It is here that Blitz also implies that Veraska and her entourage of demons are succubi.
But before we jump into that, I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with classes in all sorts of things, including animation. We here at Cartoon Universe obviously love cartoons, so much so that in my spare time, I've been working with animators to help bring my cartoon ideas to life. I went into the project with virtually no animation experience, but thankfully that's just one of the very many creative categories that Skillshare has. Thanks to classes like Chris Piasek's frame-by-frame animation for non-animators, I was able to learn how to use wiggles and smears to create authentic-looking animation and to work better with the other animators on my team. What Skillshare cares most about is your learning experience, so they're constantly adding new premium classes to their list, all of which are available ad-free for $10 a month with their annual membership. And the best part is, right now they're offering a free trial for the first 1,000 subscribers that click the link in the description or pinned comment down below. So go check it out, you guys don't want to miss this deal.
Now, when Blitz called them succubi, it wasn't a tongue-in-cheek way to work in a swear word. While they do look different from the imps with their taller stature and their wings, they don't look all that much like Lilith Maine, Charlie's mother, who is supposed to be a succubus. She was supposed to be a human that turned to a succubus though, so may look different than the rest of the species. For now, I think it's safe to say that they are succubi, but there is no official clarification of this at this time. The two end up making a wager over who could do their respective jobs better. Blitz wins if he can kill more people than Veraska's team can sleep with. Luna develops a crush on Veraska's hell-hound bodyguard, so asks if she can come to Earth with the imps this time in order to talk to him. It is here that we learn that Luna has a human disguise, something Veraska and her posse have as well, but the imps do not, and seem to even possibly be confused by the concept of it. Luna also indicates that demons can get in trouble for causing mayhem in the human world without a disguise. It is possible that imps, being the lowest of the low, don't have the power to disguise themselves as humans, but other species like hell-hounds and succubi do. Likely because imps are mostly for labor in hell, whereas other demons are more likely to visit the earth given the historical accounts, myths, and stories about such things happening. However, it may just mean that the imps could purchase a disguise to use as they please later, though it wouldn't explain why Luna would have one ready when she normally isn't allowed to go to Earth. At the beach, we see Luna's transformation is magical, and that she also possesses the ability to sniff a list of names of the people they need to kill, and it changes her vision so that people have red auras around them, making them easy to find. This plays into the real-life lore surrounding hell-hounds, who in some cultures are believed to seek out specific victims and drag them to hell. Earlier in the episode, Blitz mentioned that Veraska was drinking Beelzejuice, and indicates that it is an alcoholic beverage in hell. At the beach, however, Veraska seemingly throws the same flask, presumably containing the same liquid, into the water, and we see it turn a fish into a giant monster. While it raises some questions on what this is or why it does that, it seems to be filling in the gaps for real-life mythology of giant demonic monsters such as Leviathan or the Behemoth, indicating that monsters like that are created with this Beelzejuice when consumed by a mortal animal, or at least when it touches them as we see here. It is also explained that this is something of a taboo in hell, however, and even if done on accident, Veraska could get in a lot of trouble. Those were the major Easter eggs that they dropped, but there were also a lot of smaller fun ones that play into things we know behind the scenes. For instance, in this episode we find out that the reason Blitz and Veraska broke up was because Blitz stole her car and spent her money on horseback riding lessons. For those who don't know, Blitz is obsessed with horses, and his posts on Instagram constantly talk about his love for horses, show horse drawings, and for a brief time he even claims to have a horse who never shows up in the photos, leading us to believe she is imaginary until finally appearing at the very end of a story involving Blitz getting kidnapped but then saved by that horse. When a male succubus offers Moxie a kiss, he rejects it by simply saying that he has a wife. While it is just him being a bit awkward, it could also be a slight nod to the fact that Moxie is bisexual, so saying he is not interested may have been dishonest of him. We've known for some time that Luna is adopted now, but she has had very little focus in the show, so this was our first time really seeing her and Blitz's relationship play out. Despite her acting like she doesn't like Blitz, her instinct is to still call him Dad instead of Blitz. She also reveals that they have a fight about how she wishes she hadn't been adopted rather frequently, but that Blitz always ends up getting over it. Early in the episode, Blitz also mentions that the nearest ocean is 3 rings down, which lends to the theory many have that each ring has its own type of terrain. When Blitz puts up his flyer, we can see Travis, the driver from Hazbin Hotel, is in line to see it. Finally, we get a bit of an expanded timeline for Blitz thanks to the introduction of his ex-girlfriend, Veraska. Veraska refers to Blitz as Blitzo, which is how he used to pronounce it before he started claiming the O is silent at some point, likely to differentiate himself from his performance days. It is entirely possible that Blitz and Veraska dated while Blitz was working as a clown at Lululand, with his decision to get a new life and start Imp being his motivation to quit his job and leave his girlfriend at the same time. It would be pretty funny if this whole series is just us meeting people from his past life and learning that one day he cut all of them out of it at the same time to go start a new life through his business. However, Veraska also mentions Blitz's sister. While it was to insult him with a joke about her being in rehab, it did indicate some level of closeness, as if Veraska was around when Blitz was in the circus act with his sisters instead of being a clown at Lululand, which we know to be different times in his life because, despite the circus theme they share, Blitz's costume is entirely different in both. Which leads me to believe that their relationship took place either during his time in the circus with his siblings or between that and Lululand. But we don't know for sure yet. That's all the hidden details you might have missed in Helluva Boss that I found, but what about you guys? Was there anything I missed? Let me know in a comment down below, and if it's big enough, we might make a video about it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well as hit that like button down there, and I'll see you guys next time.